spent your whole life doing that to know that somebody in the family wants to keep it going.
Well,
and these two, I mean, Ethan has a master's from state. Frankie just graduated a year ago. She was valedictorian of her class down there.
Congratulations.
And they want to make a career of doing this farming, so that, you know, we're real thankful for them.
Is there a sense of legacy also for you? Is there carrying on what your grandfather, great-grandfather started?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's neat that just how long my family has been plugged into this community and contributing, and being able to carry that forward, providing healthful food at affordable prices to people in this community. It definitely means a lot to me.
It's also nice because we live in that house that they built, and you know, our walls are made with trees from this farm and our floors are made with trees from this farm, so it just feels like everywhere you look it's something that has meaning for our family and our history and everything.
It's lovely. Well, what have I not asked you that I should have asked you? I've asked about all the positive changes. Anything you'd go back to if you could?
oh,
There's been some big changes in how we do things. When me and Harold were first growing strawberries, every plant, you planted them about this far apart. Every plant you made the hole by hand, you put the plant in there by hand, and somebody came along and poured a little water on it to get them planted. I mean, we had tractors to fix the ground, but that was quite a chore, and we were doing small acreage at first. But then we got a planter that you could sit on, 2 people sit on it, and put the plants in there. The wheel turns, and the planter plants it and puts the water down. And then from there, it's gone. We still grow a whole lot of them that way, but we're doing a lot of plasticulture strawberries now too, which is the newer thing. Most people in North Carolina only grow them plasticulture. They don't do that. That's the old-timey way over there.
And y'all used to have to cover all of the matted rose strawberries, which is called the old-time way. They covered them by hand with straw in the wintertime. You know, they'd take a bale of straw and cut the straps and take sections of it like this out for the entire field. So we have like probably 6 acres or so of matted rose strawberries. You can imagine covering every row of 6 acres by hand. Of course, they didn't have as many back then, but still, that was a chore. They had as many as they could. I mean, they'd spend a month covering straw by hand.
I mean, we were working other jobs, see, in that month. Yeah. Doing it on Saturdays and after school.
And nowadays, we can cover the 6 acres that we have now in 2 or 3 days, you know, using we've got basically a bale chopper. So you get on the tractor and somebody gets on the back and they feed bales into the chopper and it chops them up and spreads them out. And that's just an example of how things have gotten easier. Well, they've gotten easier, but then they've gotten harder. Because that individual task got easier, then you have to grow more strawberries in order to make it in the day's marketplace. So that's part of why the farm has gotten bigger, is because we've had to expand in order to keep up with all the changes. It takes more land now to make a living off of farming compared to what it used to.
we always tried to keep up with demand, you know, and if you got a lot of people wanting to buy strawberries, you try to plant more strawberries, you know. And I think the hardest thing I can remember about the whole business was I worked at Rutherford Electric as a member services director for 25 years, and when I didn't have Ethan to help me, I was here by myself, and when we went through those cold...
With me? You weren't by yourself.
Yeah, but you were in the bed. Those cold nights...
But I didn't do what he's talking about.
Cold nights I had to get up and handle the frost control, and then I'd have to go to work the next day, and I was sleepy, and I'd catch myself going to sleep at stoplights, and you know.
And we at first weren't we damming up a creek down there, and and we had to you had to keep water in the tractor to keep the irrigation running all night.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that we didn't even have the ponds in that system then. It really was rough.
Yeah, you used to have to drive about a mile through the woods on the tractor. midnight and unfreeze the pump and get it started and start pumping water all the way up for a lot less strawberries than we have now. Now we just have to go down and prime a pump that's in a pump house. Don't have to unfreeze anything and flip a switch. I mean, on bad nights you might have to go knock ice off the sprinklers, but it's pretty rare. But then he had to go to work the next day, and nowadays after we've been frost protecting all night, we can sort of take a nap from about 7 in the morning to 9 or 10 before we do anything. At least that's what I usually do.
It's still a lot of hard work.
We didn't. I don't think we really reached the point where you could make a living just farming until the Vargas family found us. That's our Mexican workers. We have some wonderful, just really wonderful people that help us. They were working for another farmer, but he didn't do strawberries. He grew things that came on later in the summer, squash and beans and things like that. And they came knocking on our door in May wanting to know if we had work. And they've been helping us ever since with the picking.
That's 20-some years ago. Same Mexican family.
Same family. They're, the farmer they were working for, it wasn't long after they started here until he went out of business. And they didn't know where they were going to go. And we asked them if we put in a trailer if they'd want to come here. And they did, and been here ever since.
We couldn't do without them.
Work, the most important part of the farm, I guess.
Oh,
yeah. The picking. I mean, if you grow the stuff, you don't get it picked, you can't sell it. It used to be all you pick to start with. And I still remember when the first ready pick we did. We were at Kings Mountain at that time, and we had, I think we were growing about 3 acres of strawberries maybe, but there were so many ripe at one time, there was no way we were going to get them all picked. And Hal said if we could just get these picked, we could bring them down here and his dad could sell them off the front porch. so we had a friend at school, that was the secretary at school, and she made an announcement over the intercom that if anybody would like to work picking strawberries, to go to the Linebergers after school. Well, we lived close to a housing development. Every kid in that housing development came out there to pick strawberries. I know there was one girl that said, well, she didn't really want to do it, but that's where everybody else was.
They won't do that anymore, though.
No, but they picked them and we brought them down here. That was the beginning of the ready picked strawberries. And for a long time, we just hired anybody that we could get to do it until the Vargases came. You know, the Mexican workers know how to have a system and work a field and get it picked clean as they go instead of just hopping here, yonder, and everywhere. They do a good job. They do the picking and most of the pruning for us. Sometimes they do some of the hoeing, but the other stuff we do ourselves pretty much.
You all are the front end.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to leave you all alone unless there's something else I haven't asked that you feel like we should be talking about.
I don't know if there's any. Is there any other big change?
I think we've told her more than we know already.
We've changed to growing, trying to grow a whole wide variety of things that people want. And we used to just grow strawberries and blackberries, and then we started doing some pumpkins. But now we grow other fruits, the peaches, blueberries, raspberries, muscadine grapes, bunch grapes, and vegetables. Ethan and Frankie have really started doing more vegetables. Harold and me never did do very much of them.
That's part of that local food movement, I guess, that demand.
Yeah, we have the roadside market, so just the more you offer people, the more likely they are to stop.
You have to have a variety of stuff to make it worth people's time to come visit you.
And you all do the farmers market also?
Gastonia, and we go to Gastonia and Atherton Mill in Denver. And we partner with another farmer who does a lot more vegetables than us, and he takes our fruit to Greensboro and the Charlotte Regional Market.
What's the best vegetable? The best thing grown?
The best vegetable.
The best to eat is I love tomatoes.
I like okra.
I don't know. I like them all.
I think if of everything we grow, if I had to only have one thing, it would be the tomatoes because I just love them.
Oh no, it'd be strawberries.
Blackberries.
Okay. How about peaches? What would you take care of?
Whatever sells.
What would you eat?
Strawberries.
That was a perfect answer. I'd like to get some still photos of you all